Jack, a change of scenery here in Cyprus. Why is that so important for the lads?
Well, because you spend a lot of the time in the winter working hard, for the past kind of 4 months or so. Those kind of performance changes happen in periods of rest. So it's a good time to kind of consolidate those kind of gains that we've had in the winter and kind of come together as a group.
From a fitness point of view, of course, there's still been an emphasis on that. The 5K run this morning, and also supplemented by a lot of multi-sport and gym work as well.
Yep, so obviously it's still important to keep those ticking over, to keep those physical changes going. But yeah, like you said, there's more than one way to influence performance. It's more than just reps and sets in the gym. It's more than just bat v ball in the indoor school. So it's important to kind of come together as a group. Yeah.
I think we're just 3 weeks away from the season now. How are the lads shaping up?
Yeah, very good, of course. Like we spoke, didn't we, before? It's harder to kind of drive that physical change and get those small percentages as the standards increase, which they have done over the past couple of years. We've set kind of high standards for the players, and as we start to chip away at those goals, it becomes harder to see those changes. So it's been good progress. We've had kind of 3 distinct groups this winter, a little bit different to previous years. We've had a core UK group, a group away in Australia, and 3 lads away with England as well. So we've had kind of management in terms of different players in different places, but now it's kind of come together as one group. It's good to see everyone kind of have made those progressions even when they're not in the UK.
And those guys that have come back from Australia in recent weeks, how was the plan looking for them out there, and how have they come back?
Yep, really good. Obviously there was goals set before they went out and regular interval kind of checkups as them when they're out there. They're almost treating them as if they were in the UK. Obviously they're playing games, so you treat them a little bit differently. But yeah, no, it's a brilliant place for them to go and explore and to understand what kind of physical training works best for them as well, and to really have that ownership over their own training.
There's also been a new winter plan. I think the Fox's recovery framework, a plan that you devised. What's that involved, and how's that been received by the lads?
Yeah, so it kind of comes about from, the word recovery gets thrown around a lot in the summer. We play or train 151 days out of 210. So that's a real high density of fixtures. So recovery, the ability to go again the next day or go again the next game is really important. So to kind of just bring it all into one place, into one kind of usable framework for the players where they can take ownership over their own recovery, because everyone is individual, everyone responds differently to a game or training. So it's really a individual focused framework where they can have a set of processes to follow and strategies and management for them to do themselves, but also for us to kind of point them in that direction of, we think this is going to work best for you. And yeah, just to kind of solidify kind of what we're already doing, but have it in kind of one distinct place.
As I said, there'll be 3 weeks or so before the season starts when we get back. There are a couple of pre-season friendlies in that time as well. What will the final few weeks of pre-season look like from a fitness perspective and ramping people up for that first game?
Yeah, so it's a balancing act really, and also it's very weather dependent as well. If we can get outside, luckily it's been pretty dry. Hopefully it is when we get back. But yeah, it's a balancing act really, because we've done some good stuff, and you might push them harder physically earlier on, and then as cricket kind of comes in, you balance it out. So obviously it's all about the cricket, right? So it's finding that balance between how do we get what we want in terms of physical outputs without being too detrimental towards cricket performance, but also the recovery as well. So it's that balancing act.